Okay, so this video is about drawing quadratic functions and being able to find the gradient theta points, being able to find the turning point, the minimum point, and so on. So the first thing you need to do is go into graph mode, mode 5. And before you do anything else, you need to go Shift Setup and make sure that your derivative function is set to on. The standard setting will be off. We want it on, and that's really helpful for us now. And you can also look at the other functions here. We've got radians instead of degrees, which is helpful for later. Further mathematicians might notice that we've got real and complex mode there. And you can also have in the background, you can have different things going on. Okay, so once we've gone there, we can go exit, and the graph that I'm going to sketch is going to be x squared plus 4x plus 4. So I type that in there, and I use this button here underneath the A. That's my X button, and I push execute, and then I can either push execute again or push draw, and it will draw my function. At the moment my window is set up like that. You can go to V window, and that is where you can change your size. So standard looks like that, -10 to 10. Or if I go V window, initial is a little bit more zoomed in version, so that's quite helpful for us. You can also zoom in on a particular point, just like that. Now let's say I want to find the minimum point, the vertex, the turning point. Then all I need to do is click Gsolve, which is F5. Gsolve has all my useful functions here. So the minimum point, click it, and it will tell me -2 is the x value, y is 0, and that the gradient is also 0, of course, which is what we would expect. So I found the minimum point. If I push the maximum point, it will tell me there isn't one for this curve, which is what I'd expect. What else could I do here then? If I click root, it will also give me the point on the x-axis where that graph crosses, which is there in this case. Okay, I'm going to go out of here now. I'm going to draw a different graph. So I'm going to select delete, and this time I'm going to draw x squared plus 5x plus 4. Different curve, so it looks like that now. Now if I want to find the minimum point of that one, so I go Gsolve and minimum point, it gives me that. So there's the coordinates, and if I push execute, it produces a little tag on there, so I can now do whatever else I like, and that will stay there. And if I go root this time, we can see there's 2 roots here. So if I go root, it will give me the left-hand root first, and again if I push execute, it will tag it onto the graph sketch, and then I use the arrow keys to come over there, and it will give me the other root there. Let's say I wanted to find the gradient of a particular point on this graph, the gradient of the tangent, perhaps at -2. Then what I need to do is I need to click the trace button, and this button allows me to move the arrows anywhere I like along the curve. But this is a bit fiddly, so it's much quicker if you just type in -2, for example, and it will give me the gradient, which it says is 1 at that particular point. Okay, so I could get the gradient at any point on that curve, and I also get the coordinates. So if you know the, let's say you want to find the y coordinate when x is -5, again just type -5, and it will give you the y coordinate is 4, and it will also give you the gradient of the tangent at that point. Really helpful stuff. I can also find the y-intercept just by pushing there. It tells me it's 4. I can't quite see it there, but if I zoom out a bit, let's go to standard, then I might be able to see that the y-intercept is exactly 4. There's also some other things that can be done in GSolve, which I'll come back to later, to do with integration. But that's a short video about how to use your calculator to sketch quadratics.